Okay, at this point you have created the blue cube, the red L shape piece, and the green square with the square hole in it. And now we're going to put them all together. This is called an assembly. Go to File, New, and there's two types of assemblies. One is standard, one is weldment. We're just going to go with standard.iam, hit Create. And right now our canvas is blank. We're going to hit Place. And then we're going to first place, I'm going to start with the green object. So find in your folders, wherever your green part was located, go ahead and find it and press Open. And ignore all of the warnings. Okay, before you click, when you bring it in, you're going to right click and select Place Grounded at Origin. Okay, that's really important to do for your first part. Now, if we want to, we could place even more of these, but we just have one. So if you're doing a car with 4 tires, you could just keep clicking and drop in more. But we only have one object, so we're going to hit Escape. And now we're going to place the second object, the red L, hit Open. Again, ignore all the warnings. We're not going to right click on this one, we're just going to left click. Okay, go back to Place, find your first object, practice part number 1, hit Open, ignore the warnings, and drop it in with a left click. Okay, and then I'm going to hit Escape. And what I want to show you right now is that the blue cube I can click and drag, the red cube I can click and drag, but the green one, when I hover over it, has the push pin, and if I try to drag it, it won't go. You always want to lock in at least one piece, generally your first piece. Escape. Okay, so now we're going to assemble these parts called flush, using commands called flushes and mates. So we're going to constrain. So in the Assemble tab, find Constrain. Okay, and what that lets us do is match up different faces, either facing each other or aligned with each other. So if they're facing each other, it's called a mate. If they're aligned with each other, it's called a flush. Well, I know the front face of this object needs to be flush with this one. So I'm going to select Flush and click on the front face of each. And if you're not sure if it did anything or not, you hit Apply. You can actually click on the top view of your little navigation cube in the corner, and you'll see that I'm going to hit Escape. I can move the right piece, but the front face stays flush with the front face of the green part. Okay, if you hit the home button, it goes back to your isometric view. Alright, so this part can move. I don't want it to move, so I'm going to lock it in again. So I'm going to do a mate this time. I'm going to mate the bottom of this red piece to the top of the green piece right here. So let's go ahead and hit Constrain, and we're going to do a mate. So I'm going to mate the bottom of the green piece with the top of that little piece right there of the green piece with the bottom of the red. To get to the bottom of the red, I can use this navigation cube, click the bottom corner, it'll flip upside down, and now I can click on the bottom face, and I just mated those. Make sure you hit Apply. Okay. Now it's not completely, I'm going to hit Escape, it's not completely locked in yet. We need to do one more mate or flush. Okay, so I'm going to mate so that these two sides touch. So I'm going to constrain. It's already selected mate, and I want this face on the green piece, and I'm going to spin the cube by clicking that top left corner. I want it to mate with the red piece right here, and when I click, they come together. Hit Apply, and I'm done. So now, Escape. If I try to move the red piece, it won't move. It's locked into place. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the blue piece. Constrain. Let's go ahead and do it a little differently this time. Let's go ahead and mate the bottom, the top of the red to the bottom of the blue. Apply. Notice that the piece still moves. Okay, so let's go ahead and do another. Let's do a flush. Let's constrain the front face of one. Right. Let's do a flush of the front face of the blue to the front face of the red. Hit apply. And escape. And it looks locked in, but it's not quite. It still can move. So let's go ahead and lock it in. One more. Constrain. And let's do a mate this side of the blue. And spin the cube. And this side of the green. And hit apply. And we are done. That's it. Let's go ahead and save that piece. Save as. Practice assembly number 1 into your PLTW folder.